It says preparing to live stream.
We're live.
Okay.
Well, hold on, maybe not.
No, it says setting up your meeting for YouTube.
It says live.
Okay, now it says done.
So we live?
I guess so. I don't know.
All right. So this
The
is all
YouTube
new
is-
to Christy and I. Just letting everybody know.
Excuse me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Monday, December 14th for the Pro Week in Review. I'm Bobby Peters, and I'm joined by my co-host, Christy Luttrell. How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you.
We got a special guest today. You want to tell them who it is?
We have Ben Rhodes joining us tonight, and he is about to hop in. So
I'm actually
I'm
sending
having
out
lagging right now, by the way.
Yeah, I am too.
What do we do?
Nah, go ahead and just bring Ben in, and we'll go from there.
Let Ben in. Okay. Awesome. It's still going.
Yeah, I'm sending out the invites right now.
Oh, maybe that's the YouTube in the background.
Oh, you can hear it?
I think so.
Oopsie.
Oh, it's playing in the background. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Let me pause this. Okay. Sorry. Hello.
It's not.
That was rough. Hey, Ben.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. That was a little rough. We were trying to get it switched, and my live was playing in the background, but we're good now. So thank you for joining us, everybody.
Yeah,
Ben
no
Rhodes.
problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So how are you doing? How's the off season going so far?
Flying by. By. Yeah, I can't believe it's already almost Christmas.
I know.
Yeah, we've had a lot of off-season projects and stuff, and just trying to keep up with all of it, to be honest. And between that and the race shop being 5.5 hours, 6 hours away from me, a lot of back and forth, and just I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older or what.
Oh, please.
But time seems to just fly by.
Oh, please. You're not getting that old. But no, I feel you. There's a lot going on. This year has been crazy, and I feel like Christmas is just like coming to a head with everything else.
I know.
And speaking about the shop, Bobby, I think you had a question about the location and how it's going for him.
So I'm from Toledo, Ohio. So
Okay.
we're about 40 minutes from the shop. So what's it like to have the shop in Sandusky, and obviously all of NASCAR being in North Carolina? Is it like throw you guys for a loop every week?
No, I mean, we do our own thing. I mean, we make nearly everything that we need in-house. I mean, there's certain parts that you can't make for a race car, for a team, right? A truck team. We obviously purchase those, but I mean, we're setting ourselves up to be able to build our own chassis in-house and do a lot of things in-house. So, I mean, ThorSport's a powerhouse, man. Like, we don't really need people from North Carolina per se. Like, we've grown our own people from inside. And a lot of people don't want to move up to Ohio. And that's been a challenge for us in the past of getting some experienced folks. But I can say that I'm pretty proud that ThorSport grows our locals, and we've had a lot of, cup teams and people kind of cherry pick our people. So we must be doing it right.
Absolutely.
I'd say so. You guys have seemed to have a pretty successful season overall as a team. So you guys get along pretty well. Do you guys like hang out outside of the shop, or are you just naturally like?
Me and my teammates, or me and my crew guys?
Your the drivers, teammates, anybody from within your team, like.
Yeah, I guess I'm glad it looks that way.
Yeah, I mean, you spend a lot of time together anyway, so I assume you get used to each other pretty well.
Yeah, a fair amount, and I've got good teammates, right? It's not like. Yeah. It's not like I've got these unknown guys coming in that with big attitudes and egos. I mean, they're well-known guys. They just have big attitudes and egos.
I mean, I'm sure that would make it a lot harder if someone was like, who are you? Like,
they're great. I mean, Johnny is so down to earth. I think he gets a bad rep, though, because of some of his on-track happenings, and maybe the same for me this year, but I don't know. I guess I'm the new Johnny Sauter. I don't care. He's such a good guy. Like anybody that meets Johnny off the track, that he's down to earth. He's just, he's a good person. He's straightforward, and that's something I really like about him. Matt's so well connected to. He's like the party animal. If you want to have a good time, you go to Matt Crafton. Yeah. And then,
good to know.
Yeah, and then if you just want like some quiet time and you want to connect with the outdoors, Granite Finger's your man.
Okay, that makes sense. I could totally see that. That's awesome. So there's like all these different personalities and you guys just pretty much mesh together. But everybody races hard sometimes. I think some people forget that you need to be sometimes a little aggressive. Not all the time, but things happen, right? I mean,
yeah, and it's tough. I mean, like, I don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm not an expert by any means on how to, keep good relationships with your teammates. I mean, I've had probably more run-ins with people than that's good for me. But teammates, it's just such an interesting dynamic because you have to work together.
right.
But at the same time, human nature says, I've got to do better than this guy because he's at the same team. And, you think job security, you've got to do better than him. And I'm not even saying that's me. I'm saying that's like the natural human tendencies that we all have going into a team atmosphere. So it's been strange. And I struggled with like a teammate thing ever since I first had teammates back with Marcus Ambrose days and late models. So I think I'm better at it now. I enjoy my teammates. I enjoy talking to them and getting their perspectives. It's been weird this off season though, because like I don't see the guys, like I do every week in the season. So I'm not saying I miss them because I don't want them to know that. But it's weird. They give a little flavor to your life that you're lacking during the off season.
Yeah, I mean that totally makes sense, especially when you've been doing this for how long you've been doing it. Obviously, there's drivers that have been doing it way longer.
Yeah, so I did my first truck race in 2014, and then my first full-time season was in 2016 with ThorSports. So,
right.
Yeah, I've been around for a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, you're used to being around your teammates so much, and like the whole COVID thing for everyone is weird to like have so much of a break. So
yeah,
it's understandable if you miss them. It's totally fine.
I mean, I'm not saying I do. I don't. Yeah,
that's okay. That's okay. We know what you mean. Okay,
no, okay
moving on. It's okay. I know exactly what you mean.
So you've raced a lot of awesome looking trucks. What is your favorite truck that you've had so far?
I really enjoyed the USA pickleball truck this year at Michigan. I thought that was so cool. I love pickleball. I think it's kind of like a newer like sport, I guess, and a lot of people think it's like for old people, but I think it's for really anybody that just doesn't like chasing a ball as much as you do in tennis. I'm like the lazy tennis player, like I just could not like get to where I needed to go. And I love some pickleball. So I thought that was really cool. Like I just started doing that with my family this year. And it was July 4th. We're all gathered at the house and we're playing pickleball. We're having some fun. And it's like 2 weeks later, how many weeks later, I get a call. We have pickleball on the truck. I'm like, what an awesome surprise.
That's so
I thought that was neat. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's really fun because like without them even having to sponsor you, you were interested in,
Yeah, I was automatically like hooked on it. And my family's the one that got me into it. We go over and play. And we'd done that in the years past. But the most recent game was July 4th. This year, it's been harder to get together this year and different challenges, COVID and stuff. And so I just played and then boom, I got a call like 2 days later. Hey, pickleball is going to be on your truck for Michigan. I was like, what are the odds? It blew my mind.
That's awesome. So, okay. So what is your favorite race car that you've raced? Because you've been in a lot of different series from Xfinity and ARCA, obviously, Trex, K&N. What's your favorite?
So this is going to kind of blow people's minds, but my favorite was actually running the Ford Mustang GT4s in Canada.
I'm a Mustang girl. I have a Celine, and I grew up drag racing Mustangs. So yes, I totally.
Yeah, here we go. I got to put on the Ford hat.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I love it. I have a tattoo. Yeah. Hold on, I have a Celine, like the Celine symbol. My camera sucks, but it's the Celine symbol. I got it when I was 18 when I got my Celine. So, yes.
Oh man, you're like
carry on.
true as it gets.
Yes. Her name is awesome. Gigi. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, you named her.
I did. Oh. I named her. Yes, I had to.
I haven't named any trucks in, years. I don't know. I guess I've gotten old and boring. I used to name every single thing that I drove, and
Yeah.
Now I've had too many to count.
Well, I mean, that's understandable. I've had this car for like 16 years. So, I mean, she's stuck with me.
So
So,
she's
she's family.
something special.
Yes. She's worth a tattoo. So,
Absolutely.
I love it. So, yes, going with the Mustang. Sorry, continue.
No, that was the most fun. It was, they have so much grip, they're
Yes.
fast, they have grip, they're paddle shifters, you change drivers. It was just different. You're racing against all these different manufacturers and different types of cars, and you have the balance of performance that, is regulated throughout the year by, I think, the FIA out of Europe regulates that. So, it was like this whole new area of motorsports that I had no experience with. And it was just an eye opener for me because I didn't even really know all that stuff existed, right? Like it was just, it blew my mind. And I thought to myself, this would be really cool to be able to get into something like this. Maybe after my NASCAR career, get into the road course stuff, share stuff with your teammates. It's not that like teammate dynamic like this. It's where you're actually helping each other, you're reviewing data, and you're teaching one another to become better drivers. And I think NASCAR kind of misses that sometimes, and I thought that was kind of neat. It's different. You're building each other up more.
That's very interesting when you refer to it, like when you speak about it that way as a comparison as to how teammates are in the different series. So since it's like more road course focused, should we expect you to be more of a threat on road courses?
I don't know. Like everybody's so good at road courses in NASCAR. Everybody's very good. People don't understand that, a lot of it does come down to setups. I mean, it's the same with the dirt races, Bristol, Eldora. Now I know we're going to Knoxville now. Like, we have such good drivers in the truck series. I don't think the drivers of the truck series really, and Xfinity too, get the credit that they deserve because they're so good. They're so tough. And I don't even know if it's fair to say that you can pick, a favorite for a road course or for, a dirt race in our series because setups have so much to do with it. I mean, the drivers are so close. The teams have a lot to do with it. And I hope to be good at a road course. I really love road course racing. I do. Watkins Glen, I was so excited to see that added to the schedule. That's one of my all-time favorite racetracks.
Me too.
I'm so glad.
I love it.
Is it really?
I'm so excited. Yeah. Mainly because I'm from New York, so that's technically my closest home track. Although now I live an hour south of Daytona, so that's technically my home track. Not hating on Daytona at all, but I'm dying to go to Watkins Glen.
So you're like Martin Truex Jr. You got home tracks all over the country.
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. So and I can call Miami a home track. Atlanta's my second home, so I can call Atlanta. I have my in-laws in Nashville. I mean, you're right. I'm like the same. But
you're like the MTJ of podcasts.
Exactly. I like it. Now I just have to make sure I visit them all, and that I would be set.
There you go.
So,
all right. So, can you tell us about your graduation? You missed your graduation supposedly because of your Xfinity debut.
Yeah. I guess basically what happened. I mean, I missed it, and I'm not really mad about it at all either. I mean, graduation, that's boring, I'd rather go Xfinity racing. So, it worked out pretty nice for me. I didn't have to sit through the long ceremony. I got to go racing instead. And the cool part is my high school president, so my high school was a huge supporter of my racing. They really were the ones that allowed me to kind of go to real school and be able to pursue, my racing career at the same time. I tried to go to different high schools and they weren't having it. And this one by my house, Holy Cross High School, was all about it. They were super supportive. They'd send me my work. They were as supportive as it gets. Like I couldn't have asked for better people. So my high school president, he still texts me to this day after races and, is checking in on me and just such good people. And so he actually came out to my debut race in Iowa Speedway and he presented me my diploma there on the stage. And he's like, "Do you want to put your cap and gown on?" I was like, "I'm here for business." I was like, "Let's get the diploma and go." And I was so happy that it came out to do that though, because at least I got to celebrate it some way. But yeah, I was so focused on that Xfinity gig that, school couldn't get in the way, I guess.
Exactly. Plus you got to kind of show off to him like, all right, now you're on my turf. So let me show you how it's done.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like, all right, thanks for the diploma, but let me show you what this is really about.
yeah. He's always asking for my hall pass. I gotta ask for his pit pass.
There you go. Exactly. Perfect. I love that. That's awesome.
I love it.
Man, that sounds like, I mean, I'm sorry. I would totally miss my graduation for a race as well. So,
Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, why wouldn't you? It's a lot more fun. So, what is something that some listeners or fans of yours might not know about you?
Ooh, I'm actually pretty much. I'm more of an introvert than people realize. Actually, I'm kind of an introvert. I grew up kind of an introvert, and racing kind of makes you become an extrovert, right? Like you got to talk to people, you got cameras and sponsorship deals and stuff. But when I get home, I got to recharge those introvert batteries.
Yeah,
And
I
I like to spend a lot of time outdoors and away from people and work on cars and just I guess I'm more reclusive than people realize at times. So I'm sensitive. I need my me time, just like
everybody
anybody
needs their
else.
me time. So,
You know, so
especially this year.
yeah. I guess everybody's gotten too much of it this year. Huh? Everybody's been too recluse.
Sure.
But no, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I come back here and I don't have to go out in Charlotte and kind of see everybody that you race against. I think that's a good and bad thing. When you live in Charlotte, you go to the grocery store and you run in against your competitor, or you may have gotten an argument with the week before, or you go to the dentist and there's somebody else sitting there, or what you know what I'm
So
saying?
awkward.
It's everywhere you go, you're meeting people that you work with or work against. And, here in Louisville, I'm me, and I gotta get to come home to my hometown crowd and friends and family, and I get to work on my own projects here in town, and I'm only 5.5 hours away from the shop, so I make trips all the time. So I kind of get the best of both worlds. But I guess I didn't even answer your question, did I? Did I just go in a circle?
It's fine. It's really not that big.
I go in circles for a living.
Most of these questions are just like conversation points, so it's fine. We had a conversation. It had its point.
Okay.
Good.
Did I get to the point? I don't know.
I don't know, but you made a point. So you don't have to worry about running into somebody who you wrecked the weekend before, or who wrecked you, or
Here's something people don't know about me. I'm using premium chicken cans to hold up my phone right now for the Zoom call. How about that?
They make a great stand. They are perfect. Forget your fancy stands. Get some chicken cans.
Chicken cans.
Rhymes.
Yeah. Wow. We should be sponsored by Kroger Premium Chicken Breast.
I was literally just about to say that.
It's NASCAR, right? We got to be sponsored by everything.
Funny story about canned of chicken. Now that we're just totally going off topic.
Uh-oh.
My son, kids come up with the weirdest names for things. He calls that, like when you take the canned chicken, mix it with mayo and make like a chicken sandwich. He calls that white peanut butter. And to this day, he'll ask for it and people look at me, they're like, what is that? It's chicken. Like, I'm saying it when I leave him with my in-laws, I have to remind them what it actually is. And they're like, okay. Like, just totally reminded me of that. Anyway, moving on.
That's the first time I've ever heard that. That's news to me.
Yeah, well, you know what? Now, next time you have one of those sandwiches, you're going to be like, this is also known as white peanut butter.
It's going to stick.
They'll tell you some weird stuff, I swear.
So what is something that the listeners don't know about you other than the canned chicken?
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of something. Like, I'm pretty basic, I'm like your basic Ben, I'm just pretty even kill. I got a French Bulldog. I don't know if many people know about that. I have him in a separate room right now because he comes out and bites my ankles and hates when I'm on phone calls. Okay. He's got his own personality, and I absolutely love that little beast. He's definitely a guide dog, though. Like, he's slobbery. He's not a friend to my wife, that's for sure. She's like, get your dog, take him over here, and keep him with you, because he's just gross. But he's awesome. I love him. I couldn't live without him.
Aw, sweet.
Yeah.
I have
little
my
Kerwin
sleeping over here right now, and I have a Chiweenie who's a Chihuahua Dachshund mix, and he's sweet but very loud. And then I have a pit bull who thinks she's like this tiny little thing,
like a lap dog.
Yeah, so they're great.
He thinks he's a lap dog too. He's like 25 pounds, but he's like a small package, 20. He's just dense. He's
Yeah.
awkward, you know?
That reminds my best friend in Atlanta has a bulldog. I spent a few weeks with her, and she has this bulldog, the sweetest thing, but all she did was snort and drool. And so, yeah, she's
That's Kerwin.
So it's pretty, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's very,
That's my buddy.
it's endearing. It's like a face only a mother or father could love type thing.
Oh, he's beautiful. He's gorgeous. He's majestic, you know, the little nubs. They go like this because they're just so
And the
short.
tail.
Yeah, he's majestic.
Majestic. He's majestic AF. I love it.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have to see a picture of him because I'm dying to see him. So congratulations, by the way, on this past season. I think you had a pretty good 9 top 5 finishes, 14 top 10s, and you finished 7th in the playoff points. So congratulations.
Yeah, we did okay. We did okay. I mean, we got the best average finish of my teammates, but there was a few races I would go back and change that we were like just so close. Like everybody says they're close, but like these were just like, come on, like we were so close. Like at Richmond, we finished 3rd, I think, and I was so angry because we led so many laps and we had the fastest truck, and we just got screwed on pit strategy. But so angry about that. I thought we had a chance to go back, but I think we finished more laps than anybody this season. We had a bunch of top 10s and some top 5s. Got a win at Darlington, which was really, really cool. I love that. I loved every second of that. That was and so our owner Duke Thorson at Thorsport Racing, like he's all about like the crown jewel races, like Daytona. He likes winning Charlotte because he likes kicking everybody's butt in their backyard. I do know that.
That's pretty awesome motivation. I mean, what better win than win at home?
Yeah, he loves the super speedway races, Talladega and Daytona, which is hard to believe as an owner, right? Like that's the nail biter where you might lose a bunch of trucks or equipment, but he loves it.
Especially Daytona.
And I think Darlington was pretty special for everyone just because it's, you know, it's that crown jewel weekend, that Southern 500 weekend. So we're pretty happy with it. You know, I've got a new set of challenges going forward this year. Looks like I'm going to have a new crew chief. So, you know, I worked with Matt Noyce the past 2 seasons. And I felt like we were finally getting to a good point where we were rocking that consistency. We may not have been the fastest truck every week, which we certainly weren't, but we had consistency on our side. And now I've got to rebuild again. And this will be now my 4th crew chief in 6 years at Thorsport. So I'm just the redheaded stepchild. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants me.
No, you're like the guinea pig. They're like, let's try this out.
Yeah, they just shuffle me around. I run people off. I guess I'm hard to work with.
No. You adapt well to change. So look at the silver lining of it. You
look at that silver lining you found. Thanks so much.
I'm just trying. You know, it's been a rough year for everyone. So silver linings and positive. They trust you to like you're cropping the crew chief. They're like, okay, we got to put him with Ben, and then we'll move him on. He's ready now. So
yeah, I'm gonna take your positivity and just bottle it up for a bad weekend, and then take it and just listen to it. Yeah, I've had so many crew chiefs now. I've created my crew chief quick start guide or my crew chief quick kickstart guide or whatever. It's a document I literally made for my new crew chiefs.
People don't know about you, by the way.
I guess so. Yeah, I literally have made like crew chief. What did I call it? It was something really stupid because I got tired of talking the same thing to every single one, and it was like the how to be a crew chief 101. And I like would hand it to them on their first day. I'm just like, here you go. Here's me. These are the things I like. This is how I talk. Read it.
You have a page like my favorite drink, my favorite color, my favorite this, like all the basics.
You know,
my coffee order from Starbucks, what I want from this place. Just do it.
Great idea. I'm going to add another page in there.
I mean, might as well, because I'm sure you get asked that all the time. Like,
yeah, you know, that's usually the kind of the first week, get that out of the way. And then after that, we're just yelling at each other.
I mean, what family doesn't fight though, right? I mean,
that's fair. That's fair. We spend enough time with one another over the years that you're going to get to that point. And when you're good, you usually get to that point because you can speak openly.
That's true. That's good to know. Looking forward to that, right?
Yeah, I guess it's like a good marriage, I guess.
That's a good way to look at it. Why not?
Yeah.
You're in it for the long haul, right? So
yeah, for sure.
Analogies, love it.
Yeah.
So I have a 2-part question. One, what is your dream track to win at? And there are people in the chat are actually asking, what race car driver or if you could race any driver in the 90s, who would it be?
Ooh, Davey Allison would be my guy.
Ooh,
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I love it.
I would pick Davey. I just love his style. I love his work ethic, and I think he's got a great personality. I think he would have been, an absolute superstar. He was already a superstar, but I would have loved to seen where his career would have progressed to, and then what type of role model he would have been today for everybody. Oh, I mean, I think we lost him, and I think the sport kind of had a hole with his death, and I would have loved to race him. I think he had an awesome, unique driving style. He was aggressive, and he was kind of that young uppercomer that didn't take any crap from people, I thought, and he had that work ethic that just that always shined through. So I would have loved to race against him. And then the track that I would like to win the most at, it's weird that Watkins Glen comes to my mind because that.
I mean, I can't.
That's yeah, you like that, but okay. So funny story, like going to go-kart tracks, my brother and I would always play. I think it was Xbox in the back seat while my dad would drive, and we'd have our MapQuest papers there. We'd be navigating.
Oh my God, MapQuest!
Oh yeah, we're 90s kids, so we started going to the races when GPSs were becoming a thing, and we were MapQuesting our way around.
I remember I totally grew up in the pre-Google, era.
I remember it a little bit, just a little bit. You too? Yeah, just a little bit. But we would throw our Xbox in the back and we'd play against each other. And the track that we always had to play was Watkins Glen. Like, it just became our thing. So it's always been a favorite to me. I guess it started in the go-kart days playing on Xbox, but ever since then it's been like this track that I've had like this infatuation with. And it's kind of like if tracks were people, I got a crush on Watkins Glen.
I love that analogy. That's the best ever. I have a crush on Watkins Glen.
She's beautiful. She's got all the right curves. She's gorgeous.
100%. I love it. I wasn't even thinking curves, and then duh. I mean, it's a road course. It has a million turns.
Yeah. Sam Smith has entered the chat.
Oh my God, that's awesome. So do you have speaking of races, do you have any particular race or race weekend where something happened that is just a memory you'll never be able to shake? Good, bad, awkward, weird.
Yeah. There's so. I mean, the list goes on and on. You pick it, and I could tell you something probably. There's a lot this year.
Awesome.
There's a lot this year that I'm gonna remember. Usually it's always the bad things. Like, it's either the highs or the lows, right?
Yeah.
And you never forget the highs and the lows. And the stuff in between, there's there's certain moments that you pick out, but and it's funny too. You asked me this question, and I have like the biggest amnesia brain when it comes to remembering how I did throughout. Yeah, I just completely brain fart. How'd you do at Kentucky Speedway? Brain fart. Like, don't even remember. So, okay,
now that makes me wonder how you remember all your sponsors when you get asked that, when you after a race and you guys have to just spew them rapid fire. You're like, I just want so thankful for the da-da-da-da car and the da-da-da-da-da. Like, I would mess up so bad.
We write them down on our hand.
Do you really? Okay, but after racing,
I'm joking.
Cut that off.
No, I'm joking.
I would totally believe it too, because I mean, I don't know.
I mean, some people have cue cards. I've seen where they hold up cue cards like behind the camera. Oh yeah, behind the camera. I just try to look at the truck or look at my suit.
Act like you're stretching. You're like, oh, who's that again?
Yeah, just look over here and there and there. Yeah.
Like, I mean, you hear some of the Cup drivers, it's almost like robotic, verbatim. They have this down so well. I'm just like mesmerized. Like,
yeah, it makes me think that they're getting a bonus every time they say it. So, like, okay, when I was in the Xfinity series in 2015, they gave you a bonus for every time you mentioned Xfinity.
Really?
So, yeah, and I think that they might do it still. At least I think it was last year, 2 years ago, they were still doing it. That's why every single driver in every interview mentioned Xfinity like 10 times, and it got so annoying.
I mean, that was a little ridiculous.
But they were racking up cards and credits and stuff, and then at the end of the year, Xfinity's like, hey, I got you some gift cards to Walmart here or whatever. Here's an Amazon gift card. So.
Thanks for saying my name. Here you go.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And they did it to the PR reps too. Like, the PR reps were getting something. Yeah.
Oh man, awesome. So they're probably like, don't forget to say when you say that.
Oh yeah, if your PR rep would slap you across the side of the head if you didn't say it. Give me that money.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what they were doing.
That's awesome. I love that. The things you learn something new every day.
You know, hey,
Sounds like so much fun getting
I'm
smacked.
full of random stuff. I just don't know where I'm going to say it.
Well, I think you're on the perfect place. So
Thanks.
another person in the chat wants to know, what is your favorite song to hype you up before a race?
Probably "Wanna Be" by the Spice Girls.
Are you serious?
No, I'm joking. That's straight up driving
Pretty
humor
awesome
right
song,
there.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, I don't know.
It is very, very fast paced. It would totally get you going.
No, so I listen to everything. It's so funny you asked that because my pit crew got so mad at me this year whenever I would not plug the aux cord in and lay down some fresh beats. I tell you what, I would plug in at Bristol. We do Richmond. We do it at a few races in a row, and then I would stop, and they got so mad.
Really?
So, oh yeah, it's usually the flavor of the week. You know, sometimes we got like old school country, you know, 60s, 70s. Sometimes it's all the way back to the 50s. Other times we've got like Pantera, Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch. Sometimes we've got the new stuff.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, sometimes we've got Ice Cube and hardcore rap.
Awesome.
We got everything.
My random burn CDs from the early 2000s, except I also had random like techno music on because my brother was a huge
I like techno.
into techno and like the dance mix CDs. So it would go from like Backstreet Boys, you know, Britney Spears, whatever was popular on the radio. I also like Linkin Park, and then it'd be like techno. And people are like, "What is this?" I don't know.
I frequently get made fun of because of the amount of randomness on my Spotify. So I actually, whenever I plug in for a crowd, I have to make sure that it's songs that people will like, or else I just get ridiculed. They're like, "Why are you listening to this?" I like it. You know?
You have playlists that are labeled like, you know,
not at all
appropriate, team appropriate, garage appropriate.
Don't care. Not at all. Ricky, you know, not at all. Forrest Gump's mom will be proud. You know, you just plug it in and you don't know what you're going to get. It's just everything.
Like, guess what? I don't even know what's going to come on. So
you don't. I mean, you might get some Dolly Parton right next to like, I don't know, like some sort of screaming, headbanging metal. Like it's just everything.
That's amazing.
I even have opera music on there. Can you believe that?
You have opera music?
Yeah, I even have opera. I've got everything, like symphonies and stuff.
So when do you listen to that? Is that like if you're like trying to calm down after a rough race and you're like,
no. It's usually the 3 a.m. drives on the way back from Sandusky or from a racetrack. You get so bored with
that would put me to sleep. I'd have to be listening to that rock and like my rock playlist that just says that would have to be that or the techno that's like not that.
I mean, I don't know, like you can only listen to Hot Blooded by Foreigner so many times, or you know, Ian Dior Mood or Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball so many times in your life. You know, you gotta change it up a little bit. Sometimes you just gotta get a little more sophisticated and cultured, you know.
I like that. I may have to add some opera music to my next road trip. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be like early in the road trip, not like trying to drive the last hour stretch and your eyes are falling out because you're so tired.
I'm random. There's no good answer for that question ever. I tell you, I get made fun of, but I don't care because I listen to everything.
Fine. You gotta like.
We need a Ben Rhodes Spotify, like thing where we can keep listening to it.
So I got a lot of meme music on there too. Like you'll find these artists that are like making parodies of stuff, and you're just like,
oh no,
what is this? So I got to do it, you know, and add it on there, and I get made fun of for that too. But I don't care because it's new and it's fresh for me.
Exactly, and that should be your tagline, and then that should be your picture. Like, I don't care. That's my stuff. Whatever. That is awesome. So what's the weirdest thing that you've signed, if ever?
Okay, so the weirdest. Okay, well, first off, the weirdest thing I signed was a donut. Somebody handed me a donut in an autograph session and said, "Could you sign this?" And it like, I literally just took the Sharpie and like it just like rubbed the glaze off of the donut and like ruined the Sharpie. So then I took another one and it was on there, but I just like imagine like it's petrified on somebody's shelf like 7 years later. Like, oh, and then somebody gave me
I don't think I ever would have imagined anyone having a donut sign. I can't.
There wasn't a bite out of it, at least. Like it was new, so you know.
I can just imagine you like
nice.
Slowly, like, are you serious? Right? This is no.
A donut.
So the two most awkward things though, at like autograph sessions, is one time I had a lady hand me this. She said, "I saw you like animals. You caught a turtle and a snake once." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I like animals." So she handed me this lizard in a cookie bag that she like found on the ground, and it had like these ants on it and stuff, and it looked like it was dead. And I was like, "No, I'm good, no thanks." And I took it. I don't remember what I think I let it out, and
what even is that thought process? I'm sorry. Who's like, who's gonna like that dead lizard? Ben Rhodes.
Yeah, and then
the
most awkward autograph session was 2 years ago at Bristol. This is before I got married. My wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, was there, and my mom was with me too.
Mm-hmm.
And they were both sitting there behind me because they came to that race. It was local, and it was after I think practice. No, it was the day before the race. It was the Food City race night.
Okay.
And this
it could be good when you have to pause, when you have to collect yourself.
I'm just trying to decide how to say it. Like, good one. She's a great lady, I'm sure. She's just a little older, probably 60s, maybe even 70. She kind of like was like, "Can you sign this?" And
no,
she's like, "Can you sign this?" And first she says, "Is that your mom or your girlfriend behind you?" I said, "Yeah, it is." And she's like, "Can I go ask them something real quick?" No. And I said, "Yeah, sure. You can go talk to them." And so she
did not ask them permission.
She goes beyond my shoulder, and I hear her out of my ear. She goes, Can your son, and I guess that's your boyfriend, can he sign my boob?" No. My mom's jaw goes, well, boom. She goes, I'm waiting for my mom to take up for me and say no.
You're like thinking that they're going to know that you don't want to sign this boob, but what in reality they're probably waiting to watch you do this.
And she probably, I thought she was going to take up for me and be my shield. And she says, "Oh, he's a grown boy. He can do whatever he likes. Yeah, go ahead." I'm like, Mom, that's not what you say. So here she is. She's like, "Here's this," and she like held her shirt like real tight, and I was like, "This is just wrong." And I'm like doing this.
Tell me certain things covered at least, that it was just like some area of.
Yes, it was. Well, yeah, sort of. How about that?
Man, yeah. I mean, I would expect younger girls who had too much to drink to maybe be like, all Talladega Nights, like, woo! But grandma, woo!
You wouldn't believe it, but there are more grandmas that do that than ever have been younger women. Like it's.
Oh my God!
It is. Like how you say if you get like they say it like to a guy if you get a cool car. Like they'll tell guys, "Oh, you got a cool Mustang here. You're gonna attract all the chicks or something." Like, no, you're gonna attract all the old guys. They're like, "Oh, that's a cool Mustang you got. Oh, it's a 1965. So cool."
Like okay, from experience, yes, you get a bunch of weirdos. I had somebody who just came up to me and was like, "Is that your car?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Sweet," like that was it. And I was like,
yeah.
Okay. Like I had the weirdest people ask me about my car, and they're like, "Is that a stick?" "Yeah." "It's really cool that you know how to drive a stick." "Okay, have a great day. Goodbye."
Oh, that's awkward.
Good times. It's a lot of good times. I also got pulled over twice, and people in my Celine, and people they asked me for maybe my radio was loud. I swear, I'm just driving to my brother's house after work, which is like 10 because I was a waitress, and twice I've been asked, "Do you have greater than $10,000 cash in this car?" I'm like, first of all, no. If I did, I would not be a waitress. Second of all, what are you assuming? I am not a drug dealer. I just happen to have a brother who loves me and helped me buy this car. Thank you. Goodbye. Yeah. Right. Once was with my then friend, now husband, in the car, and he was like, "Wow." Yeah.
Oh, how fast were you going? They must have
I
thought you
wasn't
were
even
like
going
running
that
something,
fast. I swear.
like Smoking the Bandit.
Not that bad. I had an 03 Cobra before that I've done that in, but the Celine she's actually not that fast. She's not even supercharged. So
it's okay. We forgive you.
one day she'll have a supercharger, but right now, not right now. But yeah. So that's my interesting story on Mustangs.
Oh man.
Speaking of Mustangs, tell us about your Beetle. Don't you have like collector cars?
Yeah. So I just sent my buddy right before I got on this Zoom call with you guys. I just sent my buddy this meme. It was Homer Simpson reading this book. It says, "Am I disabled?" And it says, when you buy a $500 car to put thousands of dollars into it. And he's reading this book. It says, "Am I disabled?" And it's like, I just don't feel like I'm making a good move on this bug to, like so I've been working on this thing for a long time, but I've been running out of time. I don't have a lot of time to work on it. Between all this, I got out of high school. I went from Xfinity to trucks, and I got it because I was part-time Xfinity at the time, and I needed something else to do while I was racing. And I made a ton of progress the first year. But then once I got into trucks, and then I started doing some schooling on the side, and then I got my pilot's license, and I got married, and then we got a house, and now we have some property that we're taking care of. And it's like life comes at you fast. So I've still got the book, and I could literally turn it into a rat rod right now because I could put it all back together right now, and it'd be just fine to drive. It'd have air ride suspension on it. I could pull gnarly 3 wheels, but I don't know. I find when I get into something, I go down this rabbit hole because everything's got to be perfect. So It's like, then I do this and then I do that. And then, you go from, I'm just going to, take the dent out of this fender to all of a sudden I'm, tubbing out the fenders and, I'm doing all this crazy stuff. And it's like, how did I get here? So what was supposed to be just a small project for fun has turned into this massive, like custom built Beetle. And, I'm at a crossroads right now with old Bugsley. I got to figure out what to do with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Bugsley could become a rat rod here in the near future because I may just say enough with the perfectionism. You know what I'm saying?
I do, but I feel like when I grew up, like kind of with my brother and his friends in their garage, how I got into racing is, of course, with the Mustangs. They all had Mustangs, and then I got introduced to drag racing. We went to our local drag strip, and I did a lot of that. Obviously not professionally, just kind of messing around on the weekends. But I feel like I would see them do kind of the same thing. They'd want to just like change out the exhaust, get some different, get like the X pipe or something on it. And then they end up having issues. So they have to look up something while they're installing it. So then they see other things, and it just branches out, and then you guys find a million things to do. And then you suddenly have YouTube videos in queue, like 5 of them. For 5 different things.
You've been there.
My husband too, the shopping cart with like a million different things in it, and then you're just like, what was I doing?
Yeah, like I had a budget of this much, and now I'm like here, and it's still not done, and I'm like, what am I doing? So I find all these like project car memes, and I'm sending them to my buddy just so he can make fun of me because I've got to get a laugh out of it because I've spent too much money not to get something out of it.
It's true. No, I have seen so many project cars. I absolutely know exactly what you're talking about. So totally relate, just in a different kind of way because it's Mustangs versus a Beetle. But either way, sweet cars.
Yeah, not bad.
I love it. Bobby.
What's your favorite vehicle you own?
Ever?
Yeah.
That's a really tough question because I really haven't owned that many vehicles, like street vehicles. Everything we've always owned has been either racing oriented or, really, I haven't owned my own race car since we got out of late models, right? So ever since then, I've been racing for teams. So right now, I drive an F-250 on the road. Before that, it was an F-150. So I've just been kind of basic. I'm the basic guy on trucks. I'd like to have a fun thing in the future, right? But we've got other priorities at the moment, and we'll get to a fun car eventually. But right now we're trying to my wife and I are trying to kind of build our life together between houses, and we've got a farm down the road that we've been kind of working on some clearing some land out and doing stuff there. My brother and I built we took an old 97 Jeep once and put a big lift kit on it. And we had some fun with that thing. And we took it to go to go mudding in, and we put a roll cage in it, ripped everything out of it, and just took it down to bare bones, put kind of like a semi exoskeleton around the back, bumper bars. And we did like custom bumper bars around the front and back. And it was pretty cool. We had a lot of fun with it. And now it's over at the farm, just kind of having, it was a rat magnet for years. We just got it back out, and we've spruced it up and been pulling logs and trees out of the woods with it. So it's a little bit of a workhorse now.
Oh, hey. Well, I mean, at least it works and does what you need it for.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hidden gem. We forgot we had it, to be honest.
Nice. It's like a surprise present. When you find money in your pocket from like a jacket from last year, you're like, yes.
Yeah, we stored it and we're like, oh yeah, we have this thing. What are we doing?
Oh, I forgot about you, old guy. Let's see how you run.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome. Anything else, Bobby, you want to ask or anything? Because I think we're about ready. I think we got to go into our recap. So
I appreciate you coming on with us, especially with the Pro Premium thing online. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but we're a NASCAR esports league on the PS5 or PS4 and PS5 for NASCAR Heat 5.
Okay, sweet.
So if you're ever interested in racing with us, let us know.
I'd join you, but my last console was a PS4 that died on me, like literally, I don't know, like a year ago, and I haven't replaced it. I
don't even look. They're going for so much money right now.
Yes,
they're
hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put a bunch of money into my iRacing rig last year. And once the PS4 died, I put a bunch of money in my iRacing rig, which was a good thing because I got to use it for the entire COVID middle of the season break in April and March and February and all that. So worked out, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you again.
Actually, while we're talking about COVID.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead. He's
sorry. While we're talking about COVID, let me ask you this. How did that actually affect getting practice and all that for the tracks? Did it help?
I mean,
without qualifying and all that?
Yeah, I didn't really see any hindrance in it. I mean, I want practice as a driver, but at the same time, I think it helped us a little bit in the sense that we would, it made us have to get better on unloading. Our biggest single struggle up to I guess having the COVID stuff happen, these COVID protocols, is we would just unload really bad. And we had to get better. And it was, we always got better. We tried to get better, but practice allowed us, I guess it allowed our team to kind of come in there and, unload with different things that maybe wasn't the best. And COVID forced us to unload with the best of the best and no more experimenting and being consistent. And it kind of put us in this box where we have to go with what we are 100% most certain about. And I think that wasn't a bad thing. I think it lent itself to us having maybe some better races in some cases and definitely starting farther up front. I mean, our qualifying history hasn't been very good. I mean, in 2017, we got some poles. 2018, we got some poles. But 2019, 2020, the beginning of 20, we had horrible qualifying efforts. And I wish I could tell you exactly what the reason was. Because there'd be places I'd be wide open and we just could not get the speed in the truck. So I think the whole COVID thing helped us get better starting positions and smoother races. So I wasn't mad about it because of that, but I like practice because I'm a driver and I like racing and I like being in race cars. So that hurt my feelings a little bit, but I understand why. And I guess it made the weekends a little bit easier too on our crew guys.
Awesome. That was an interesting couple weeks for sure.
Thank you.
For sure.
Yeah. So, anything else, Bobby, or were you all set?
That's all I got.
You got? Okay, well, then, Ben, I'm going to let you go.
That's all I got.
For hanging out with us. We had a great time. Hopefully, we'll catch up with you sometime next season.
Yeah, well, hey, thanks for having me. And look forward to maybe another time, guys.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck in 2021 and enjoy the holidays. But we will talk with you soon.
Yeah. So, happy holidays.
Thanks. Bye, Ben.
Bye.
Happy holidays.
Well, that was fun.
That was awesome. So now the fun part. This is where Chrissy gets all confused.
Yeah, I've never done this before. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to be awkward. So we're going to do the best we can.
I sent you the picture, so you're at least going to be able to see it.
I'm working on it. Got it. We're good.
So, all right, real quick, we're going to look over the Steel Safe Shelters Truck Series points after their race last night. Ron Racing is your points leader with 1067. You have Dave in second with 1055. Billy in third with 1045. Memphis at 1043. Brian at 1042. Josh at 1040. Zach at 1038. Miz at 1035. Clinton at 1033. Ronald at 1033. Kyle at 1029. And then Hoosier at 1023. Those points are close.
Definitely.
What do you think about that, Chrissy?
Well, just like any other NASCAR playoff race, everybody's pretty close, so anything can happen. So if somebody gets wrecked out, it could fall to the bottom. So it's the beginning. Everybody's got to fight hard, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not doing the win and we're not doing the win and you're in.
Oh, really?
So we're going off the old school points.
Okay, so that changes the game completely. So it's even more important to keep your points tight.
Yep.
Yeah, not so much forgiveness in that one.
No, so the Cup Series and the Truck Series that's the only two that are left like that. Busch and Development go back to the win and you're in, Final Four, or 8, and all that. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna do the Busch points real quick. You got Kyle.
Okay.
In first with 304. Dunk in second with 287. Ronald in third with 280. Dave in fourth with 261. Buddy in fifth with 260. Goose in sixth with 239. Brian in seventh with 205. George in eighth with 190. Joshua in ninth with 189. Ron Allard in 10th with 185. Hoosier in 11th with 181. And Awesome Hawk rounding out the top 12 at 179. Points are still close in that.
I feel like second through really sixth, everyone's pretty close there. So
right, and that's only
overall, everyone's relatively close, but they're pretty.
I think it's only the sixth race of the season, so they still got plenty of time.
That's true.
With the trucks and the Cup, they're coming down to literally the trucks only have 6 races left. Cup starting tomorrow, we'll have 6 after that race at Iowa, so that's where we're going next. I'm gonna let you do the Cup because it's easier for you to do it because I'm at the top and I don't feel like talking about that. I'll let you do it.
Okay, so give me a second. Which one
it's
is
the Cup Series?
I'm so sorry. I'm looking at this. Is the next picture up?
Oh, hold on. Maybe I didn't send it to you.
See, he's asking me to do something.
I messed up.
I will send me the information.
I'll send it to you. Hold on.
We're totally awkward. It's okay. It's our first time. I'm trying my best.
Yeah, things happen. All right, I'm sending it to you now. I will do development real quick.
In the meantime, here's the dog. He's cute.
Oh.
Dog.
Did you see Bun jump up on my chest?
I did. I saw your bunny ears pop up, and I was
like, "Come on, man!"
By the way, I want to say hi to John Morrissey. I saw him join a little bit ago, and I've been wanting to say hi. So hi, John.
Yeah, hi to Marcus. Hi, Charlie. Everybody was out there.
And to Marcus, hello. Hi. Sorry.
Guys, remember next week we are going to have Charlie Langenstein. Chrissy's excited about it. I'm excited about it. Big things coming.
Yes.
All right, Chrissy, you can read it now. You should have it.
Sorry, I was too busy trying to get kissed right now.
No, you're good.
Okay, so We've got in first, we've got Bobby in the number 0 car with 1065. Woo, go Bobby. Second, we've got Dave in the number 10 car with 1010. Third, we have Miz in the number 9 car with 1005. Tied in, fourth, Alex in the 48 car with 1005. Coming in fifth, we have Joshua in the 19 car with 1000, and pretty much the rest of the league in playoffs are at 1000. We got Mike Sr. in the 53 car, Ronald in the 51 car, Billy in the 41, Dunk in the 14, Ron in the 24, Jacob in the 3, and Brian in the 2, all at 1000.
Yes.
And that's all in the playoff cut line.
So now we're going to look at development, which development did not race Saturday because we had Mike and I was unable to make it. So these are from 2 weeks ago. You got Hoosier, which I want to hear Chrissy say this. Read his name. Read his name out loud.
Oh no! Hold on. Sorry. Wait.
The Appalachian Hollers one.
Hold on. Wait, let me go back. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't know. Where is it? I'm sorry, guys. I'm so lost.
The development points.
Okay, sorry, because I had development. I see. I'm sorry. Okay, so below, who's your general? Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Sorry, guys. I was so lost. I apologize that I am all over the place. This is my first time. I'm trying my best, so hope you enjoy my awkwardness. Your daddy, awesome. Nice
I always fire. Nobody will say it.
Really?
Yeah, really? Nobody will say it.
Say, who's your daddy? It's
exactly
firebrand. And then
right,
somebody decided to put daddy on the end. Come on, y'all.
Everybody's thinking, who's your daddy?
I have boys, so that type of humor is like literally every day in my house.
Yeah, well, we don't like saying it because of that, but
it's okay, guys. From now on, if you need me, I'll be the one to say it for you. It's fine. It's fine. I'll take care of it. It's fine.
All right, so you got Hoosier leading with 305. You got General in second with 301. Then you have Vince in third with 170. Brad at 168. Dave at 140. D's at 125. The closer at 122. Jade at 105. Dash at 99. Tony at 98. JTC at 94. And Firefighter at 76. Then it gets not somewhat close. Romo, Slingshot, Huey, and Miss Jaguar, which is Joshua Jaguar's fiance. Yeah. So we have a lady driver racing with us.
Woohoo! Get it, girl. Kick some butt.
We were trying to get Chrissy to join, but
I would totally do it too, but I don't have.
Chrissy has an Xbox.
I do. I have an Xbox. Wah, wah, wah. And I even looked up PS4s just in case. I was like, oh, let me find a reason to get one for my kid for Christmas. No, thank you. They're selling for like $800, even though the PS5 is out. And people are, like I was telling Ben, people are selling it. Somebody at Target told me they saw it on eBay for like $35,000. That's insane. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And nobody will want that thing anymore. I promise. That's how it always goes. Life hack.
That's crazy. I don't understand why so much.
Because people are crazy. Yes, Xbox all day. I've never used a PlayStation, so I don't know.
So Jonathan put in the chat that he just talked to Garrett last night. I'm going through the thing because I haven't actually. Who's your daddy? Billy's laughing. So what'd you think of the episode? We'll throw it out there with everybody live.
Oh boy. Sure. Let's get some feedback.
I mean, let's see what everybody says.
I'm teasing. Listen, that's what just saying. It's fine.
I was nervous. I'm being dead honest.
Oh, it's okay. Listen, he was the most chill guy ever. He was so much fun.
I love his stories.
He's hilarious. I feel like I could talk to him forever. And he looks like he just totally makes he's comfortable with himself and picks on himself, and I love it. I love when we talk to drivers and get the side of them that you don't see on TV, because a lot of the stuff on TV and other professional interviews are professional interviews. They want to know about a race, sponsorship. They want to know, X, Y, and Z, bullet points, specs, stats, all that stuff. I've always looked at it as, come on and talk, but talk about and be yourself, have fun. I'm just saying.
So somebody DeMarcus just wrote in the chat, he's a young Brad K.
Okay, that's fine. But now I want to talk to Brad because I feel like their personalities would be fun.
Right. And Jonathan Morrissey says, I was late, but you guys are awesome together.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Comes
So
courtesy
guys,
of, also Christmas is stressful. Things are stressful.
yes.
So cheers to 2020 almost being over, right? Can we get an amen? Just saying. Anyway.
So like I said, guys, we are going to have Charlie on the show next Tuesday or Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Next week, sometime. We'll figure it out.
Yes, we're going to have him on Monday. Chrissy and I we're just going to play this because we don't know how it's going to go. You never know with Charlie.
Okay, Charlie, I love you. You are like the best, funnest person to talk to because you have so many stories, and he also just so many funny things he's done. Like when we had him on the show the first time, he was telling us about how he took the truck and the trailer and blocked the entire racetrack at one of the dirt tracks he was at, and it was hilarious. The stories he has are they're golden. They're perfect. I can't wait to talk to him again.
You're going to have to listen to our last episode with him.
For sure. I will, for sure.
He had some good stories. And obviously, we're bringing him on to make a couple of announcements, but nobody knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all kind of excited.
Mm-hmm. So
well, no, I'm kind of giving a hint that even Christy doesn't know. So
excited. He's so excited. I'm sorry.
He's like, yeah.
I've had him since he's literally this big. He's used to me. He's fine.
Aw.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going off topic. So.
Yes. So, all right, guys. So it is 9:30. Chrissy and I are going to sign off, and we will see you guys next Monday. And thank you, Chrissy, for everything.
Of course. Thanks for having me. It was fun. I was totally nervous because I had no idea what I was doing, but it worked out well. And I can't wait to come back and talk to Charlie and see y'all again soon. Have a wonderful evening.
Remember, you have to sign off.
Oh, I know. I'm about to hit end. So, because I'm in control. So if this doesn't work out, sorry, guys. He had to sign over control to me tonight. That's why we're both named Bobby Peters, even though I'm clearly not.